This is the Orenberger School in West Roxbury, Massachusetts. In the week before Thanksgiving, these first graders have been studying quilts. Their teacher, Elaine McAleer, has read them a number of books on quilting, using literature as a springboard for discussion. The class has created patterns with rectangles, and today will create more patterns using triangles.
Before we start, I wanted to see who remembered one way that we can cut squares into half. Okay, Casey, you show us one way to cut this square into halves. And how many pieces did you get, Casey?
2.
2. And what's special about those 2 pieces?
They're triangles.
They're triangles. Want to hold them up? We have been working on shapes in various math lessons, and we have learned that we can divide squares in 2 ways. Daryl, how many sides do you see there?
3.
3 sides. How about if we were going to share them? Would you care which piece you got?
No.
Why not?
Because they're the same size.
They're the same size. So when we cut something in half, they're the same size. Who can show us another way, a different way to cut this square in half? Okay, Jimmy? We had previously worked on folding the square in half to have rectangles, right? Oh, I'm glad to see you folded it. I think Casey did a wonderful job without folding hers. Excellent. And what did you get, Jimmy, when you cut yours in
A
half?
rectangle.
How many rectangles?
2.
2. And can you tell us what's special about those rectangles?
They're thin.
They're thin. Good. Something else?
See, and they're big.
And they're big. Can you look at them and tell me something else?
And they color red.
And they're colored red. Okay, how about if we were sharing those? Would you, what would you think? Would you mind which piece that you got?
Yep.
Why?
That's because they're both the same.
Oh, so it wouldn't make any difference then? No, okay, good. If I put these triangles on here, and I wanted to make a pattern using these triangles, I want you to watch carefully. What do you think should go here, Jazz?
Yellow.
Oh, go ahead and put it up there. Okay, when the children came up near the magnetic board, the idea was to model for them a little bit, and by just beginning the square, then letting them have the opportunity to finish the design in the patchwork. Here, you can pick from what I have. William? Okay. Let's see what he's going to do. Good job. Okay, who thinks they could come up and put both of these pieces on in the right place? Anthony. This builds confidence in young children at this age, and each time that the children can have confidence, they're able to do a better job. And he has a square. Good for you. How many pieces did you use altogether? Did we use, Anthony? How many pieces are there?
8.
8 pieces, and they're all what shape?
Triangle.
Triangles. Do you know anything about triangles?
They have 4 sides.
Count them.
They have 3.
3, okay. And how many points do they have?
3.
3, good for you. Okay, suppose I put some more up here. Does anyone think they could come up and make their own different design? Okay, I'm just going to start one off here. Okay, Danielle, let me see what you will do. You can design it any way you want, because there's lots of different ways that we could make designs. Okay. We talked about the number of sides, the number of corners. We talked about folding things in half. We talked about cutting things in half. We talked about placing things so that they were matching corner to corner. And all of those are complex ideas for a very young child to incorporate. I wonder what she's going to do with the rest. some children do not have the background of experiences to do a project the very first time that they tackle it. And that was the first time that we had tackled triangles in a pattern. Great. Now we're going to be working on making another quilt square. Before we worked on just rectangles, right? And today we're going to cut all of our squares into triangles. Okay, we're going to work just with triangles. We're going to work with a partner, and one person is going to be the person that gets the paper, and the other person is going to go and get the scissors, and then later, when we're ready for the glue, that same person that got the scissors can get the glue. Each person then went and got their materials, and they sat down at their table, and then they began to design their quilt. Okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to fold our paper, right? You're going to, what shape, Jasmine? What shape are we going to do? Did we say? Triangle. Triangle. Okay, then you can cut them. Why don't you let her fold one? Did you get to fold any? Oh, all right, good. I'm glad you worked together. That's nice. Now you're going to work on making your design on your other white square. What I would like you to do is I would like you to take your big square. Well, we'll give you one. How's that? And I would like you to fold it in half one way, and then open it out and fold it in half the other way. And then open it out all the way. And how many parts do you have on this paper? 4. And you're going to make your design on top of these 4 squares.
Yeah, like that. No, put the orange in the other side. We can make diamond in the middle. And we put the orange in the other side. See, make a diamond. Hey. You miss it.
Are you working with Casey? Are you going to share? Or you have to put your paper there?
Thank you. This one's for you. No, take that one off. Take all the ribbons off. I know what to do. Me a lover girl just for you. Now you may push the red bunny down. Now see how it's like a rectangle on each side? Now, like that.
We proceeded to take up the 12 by 12 orange square, which was marked off for the children, because at this age, when you tell children to position something in the middle, it might not be in what we would consider the middle of the paper. Around the edges, right? Okay. I related the quilt to the Thanksgiving holiday, which we are about to celebrate, and we decided that we would use the connection to language to have a chance to say some of the things that we are thankful for. Can we say our families? Would that be true? Are you thankful for your family, both of you? By having the class come back together, it was an opportunity for them to share what they had created, and it was an opportunity for them to be able to talk about their pattern and to talk about what they were thankful for. And the reason that this was important was because of the number of children who speak 2 languages, and they need many opportunities to express themselves. So that everybody, can you look at it and tell us about it too?
It looks like a kite.
Kind of looks like a kite, right? What other shape do you see in the middle there?
A diamond.
A diamond. And what did you write?
We're thankful for our food.
Good. Okay. Who else is ready to tell us? Casey and Jasmine?
We have squares on ours and different colors.
And different colors in those squares. Good. And what did you write? I like what you wrote.
We are thankful for the horn of plenty and our sneakers.
And our sneakers. Very good. Daryl and Jimmy, can you hold yours up?
Ours is colorful and it got diamond inside.
And what did you write?
We are thankful for our mother, father. We are thankful for our mother and father and toys.
Good. Okay, and we have the girls here. Can we sit down, Raphael? Can you show us yours?
It's red, orange. It's red, orange. The triangles, same size.
Triangles are the same size. I like that, Danielle.
They have 3 sides.
And do you want to tell us what you wrote?
And they're pointy. And they're pointy.
And they're pointed. Good. Do you want to read to us what you wrote? No? Can I read it? It says, we are thankful for our moms and dads, freedom, God, and the circus and teachers. What a lot of things we have in here, my goodness. Very good.
Now, Miss McAleer and her class combine the rectangle and triangle patterns into a giant quilt to celebrate Thanksgiving.
It's not something that I have created, but it certainly is something that I have adapted from lessons I have seen. It incorporates problem solving, it incorporates geometry, it incorporates logical thinking, it certainly incorporates communication.
How did the language of geometry grow naturally from the children's explorations? What connections were made within mathematics to other subjects and to students' lives? In what ways did the organization of the lesson facilitate learning?